What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? 3-Man Broadcast here. I'm your host, Paintball Falcon, and I'm bringing you guys my thoughts on the new movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. I did see that tonight, and it wasn't the best movie I've ever seen, but it was pretty good. I would have to say it's worth going to see. And let's just say throughout this whole movie, I thought it was going into it, I thought it was going to be a serious movie with funny parts here and there, but throughout the entire movie, it was pretty much, to me, a comedy in a way. And I think this movie was very unique because in a way, it sort of tied in with the Avengers and X-Men and all that, or not X-Men, but it sort of tied. Well, I guess sort of, kind of, but really, it tied in with the Avengers more than anything. And I mean, it was unique because they were facing the same enemy. They had the same antagonists as the Avengers had to deal with or have to deal with, and I want to break it down to you guys as I've seen it, and for those of you watching this might be a spoiler for those of you who haven't seen it, so keep that in mind as you watch this. But the main character in this video is Peter Quill, and basically at the beginning of the movie, it starts out as pretty much a flashback of Peter Quill's childhood, and he was in the hospital with his mom because she was dying, and pretty much he got mad because she died, and then he was abducted by a bunch of thieves, and then it fast forwards into him being an adult, and he's trying to sell this orb he found, and he's trying to get money for it, but the guy he wanted to sell it to didn't want to take it because of who it dealt with, and that person being the Ronin, that's the antagonist in this movie. He's basically the villain of this whole movie. And he's pretty powerful as it is, but you guys have to. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen it. But as far as Peter Quill goes, his nickname is Star-Lord, and basically, I thought his character was unique. I liked his character because he seemed like an ordinary human, and it was interesting to see that they had this ordinary human who learned how to fight and who learned how to deal with aliens and stuff like that, and he wasn't afraid to combat anybody. So it was just like he could handle his own for someone being so normal, it seemed like. And it was pretty interesting how they brought these characters together to form this team in order to take down the antagonist in his whole movie. And then you had Gamora, who was pretty much she was Ronin's, so to speak, his henchman. And this whole time she was planning to betray him. She was basically just using him to learn a lot of what she could do to bring him down, but she couldn't do it alone because she didn't have the right team to help her do it. And basically she was in it with her sister, and her sister never did betray Ronin for whatever reason. She didn't want to. But it was pretty interesting how they brought her into play, because they brought her she was in the same area as Peter, and basically she knew Peter was in the store. She was waiting on him to come out of it so she could take that orb and bring it back to Ronin, or actually use it to sabotage Ronin, but that didn't really turn out the way she had planned on. And then you have Groot and Rocket. Groot is the plant guy, and Rocket is the raccoon that everybody will probably end up loving after seeing the movie. Rocket was probably my favorite character. It was really funny. It was really interesting to see them use an actual animal for once in the way that they presented him, because it was interesting to see, an animal saving the world like that. I mean, he was a pretty funny character. He had his pretty much throughout the whole movie, like I said, it was pretty much a comedy, and he was pretty much the highlight of the whole movie. He was pretty much the funny character, so to speak. And Groot, all he could say was, "I am Groot." That was pretty much it. Those 3 words. And toward the ending of the movie, he finally learned to say some alternate word, which was, "We are Groot," and that was about it. But other than that, he didn't. Only person that I could understand Groot was Rocket. So, and then last but not least, you have Drax, which was pretty much he's an alien, and he'll explain in the movie that that Ronin actually killed his wife and his daughter right in front of him, and he laughed about it. And it was interesting to see he actually wanted to take on Ronin by himself. He didn't want anybody else's help. He wanted to single-handedly take him down on his own, and that didn't work out. He got his ass handed to him, and he soon realized that he was going to need help to take him down. It's not going to be a one-man effort. He couldn't be a one-man army. So after dealing with him the first time, the second time they all band together and decided to form their team in order to take him down. But still, as hard as it was for them to actually combat the guy, I mean, they finally were able to get rid of him. But for those of you who haven't seen this movie, I would highly recommend it. It was something worth going to see, and a lot of you, I'm sure, would enjoy it. It's a really funny movie for those of you who like comedy movies and superhero movies. This is a good combination of both. And I don't know for those of you who are big fans of this, but I was a little like lost about, you know, if these characters have anything to do with the Avengers, because I mean, they both are dealing with in the Avengers, they're dealing with Thanos. Thanos is also an evil villain of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I was wondering maybe if they were going to play a role in the next Avengers. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, then no, I mean at the ending, you don't have to stay for the credits. They don't show anything that you want that's worth waiting after the credits for. So I mean, you guys can be the judge after you see it yourselves, but I don't think they're going to have anything to do with the Avengers. So, but it will be interesting to see that they might hint in the Avengers toward like the Guardians of the Galaxy having to deal with this guy and how they had some kind of effect on it. And I mean, it's just going to be very interesting to see how they're going to present Avengers 2. I'm waiting on that movie. I can't wait to see it. I think it comes out next year, May 1st, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a different movie I'm thinking of, but Ronan is a very powerful evil villain, and he's actually Thanos' henchman. He works under Thanos, and Thanos is very pissed off because, you know, Thanos wants this orb, but Ronan is having a hard time trying to get it, and Thanos is not happy about that at all. He is very irritated, and Thanos finally gets the chance to absorb, not Thanos, but Ronan finally gets the chance to absorb the orb that he's been looking for, and he gets the power that he's wanted. And it's very silly how they can easily distract this guy. Like I mean, a lot of these superheroes, the Guardians of the Galaxy, did not take this evil character seriously, and you know, for that they actually did come out on top, surprisingly. But you guys will see what I mean when you watch it, for those of you who haven't seen it. But it was a very interesting movie. It was pretty entertaining, and I still couldn't get over the fact of how easily they took him down, because I mean, at first, yeah, they did have this, like, they did have to combat him, and it did take a little bit just to get even some damage done. But toward the ending, you're just like, really, that's all it took, was a simple distraction like that in order to take him down? I don't want to I'm like I said, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but I'm just keeping it, you know, where you guys can hint at, okay, something's probably gonna happen that's like, wow, I didn't see that coming. To see, you know, you would think someone of that caliber, of that power, wouldn't be so easily distracted by something like what happened. But I thought it was funny. I thought it was creative, and it would throw someone off. Someone did what Peter did in front of, I guess, Star-Lord. If someone did what Star-Lord did in front of, like in front of me, I'd be confused too on what happened. I'd be like, what? Why is he doing that? But you know, like I said, if you guys are fans of any of the Avengers or any of the Marvel movies, then please subscribe to our channel, because we will be doing more of these types of videos where we tell you guys our thoughts and opinions on these things, and we want to keep you guys updated on the latest movies and whatnot that come up. And please just subscribe and spread the word about our channel, because we're trying to grow as rapidly as possible. And if you guys like this video, then please rate that thumbs up video, or rate that thumbs up button. My bad, I'm just, it's late, a little tired. But rate that thumbs up button. And if you have any comments or questions about this movie or any other movies you want us to review or talk about, then please leave it in the comment section below. And on that note, this has been your broadcast.